Hello everyone, this is Ethan Dragon, and welcome back to another episode of Fire Emblem Heroes. As you can see, we did alright this week, but the actual details are kind of interesting, so let's get straight into the replays. First replay of the week, not much to see here. They probably just selected the wrong offense team or something. Because you're definitely not going to try and win a match with just a single unit, so not sure what the deal is there. They probably just surrendered turn 1. Now for an actual replay. So of course this week we're trying out Ascended Leguarn. Kind of expected her not to do too much, and she did alright. I mean, her main problem is she doesn't have enough bulk, especially on the res side, and she doesn't have enough attack because we can't get her heavily buffed enough. We basically have to rely on the enemy units buffing themselves to get the job done. The one fun gimmick I decided this week is instead of running an Anima Blessed unit or something so we have minus 20 maximum lift loss, tossed in Mirabilis for defense res gap because it just so happens coincidentally, because Lif is bonus, Duma, Odor, and Lif have the same combination of defense plus res, so defense res gap actually does something. But yeah, it's not gonna really matter. There's also the quirk where because we have that set up, rally defense res does not work on any of these 3 enemies. The only units Brave Erica will rally are Mirabilis, Olivia, or Leguarn, so that's kind of fun too, but it's not very significant. Here they're just getting a setup here, ready to hit and turn with their team. Not sure what Naga's doing all the way on the left, but they're just going to attack Lif, and because of that, they can get the AI going. I'm not sure why exactly they did that, but we're not going to worry about it. Here again, Brave Erica goes for the rally, but unfortunately she's down on HP because they did have column 2 Bolt Tower, so it's kind of a problem for us. And of course, Ascended Fiorm's just going to survive Leguarn, but we do double, that's the most notable thing. That's about it. Here, Brave Erica can't survive Brave Hector's counter. If they didn't have that Bolt Tower damage, it definitely would have been much worse for them, for sure. But again, Leguarn doesn't have enough bulk here, so she just gets taken out. Odor is Odor, so he just gets taken out by Reagan every time. Not much we can do about that one. At this point, it's basically GG because there's not really anything on our team to actually pose a threat. Duma's just chilling. But of course it's just going to be a quick cleanup at this point, nothing too special. I guess while we're waiting here, on offense we did alright. A lot of matches were just Bolt Tower damage, or or just hit and run, and then just keep running, and then do a little bit more hit and run. Because we were running Marianne for our offense main carry this week, as you might have noticed from the Ether Raids offense video. But yeah, we had an unfortunate goof during one match against a dual save team with Harmonized Catria. My grand strategy was initially I was planning to well, let's go to the next replay real quick. Originally, in that offense match, they had a Saros on the far left side here that was out of range of their near save unit. So my Grandmaster plan initially, it would have been the correct play to make had I noticed my goof. Was my play was to just take out Saros and run with Reagan, because that particular Saros wasn't running Dragon Wall, and of course we have Naga bonus, so we can get that dragon effectiveness and stack attack and whatnot to pick up the one shot. But unfortunately, I decided to go with a more flex plan. I wanted to bait out Saros with Raisin and pick up the one-shot on the counter thanks to Naga's Divine Fang. But I don't know why it didn't occur to me. But I was calculating how everyone was going to move with Harmonized Catria's teleportation shenanigans, except for Henriette, the far save unit that's 2 spaces away from Saros. So literally I just hit end turn with Raisin, and then Henriette comes over to double attack Raisin because of Harmonized Catria shenanigans, and I just sacked the unit for free. We ended up cleaning up the match after that, but that was just such a silly mistake. So bad. One day we will be a little more consistent with not making those kind of goofs, but it's been a while since I've made a goof like that, I think. Yeah. Overall on offense this week, we got pretty lucky. Not a lot of turn 1 threat defenses. I think I faced like 1 or 2 of them. Actually, maybe just 1, now that I think about it. A lot of them were like double save balls and Harmonized Catria shenanigans, or just the random mishmash of units that are generally good on defense kind of deal. So, a lot of Harmonized Catrias this week though, so we did alright. Bolt Tower definitely clutched up in our last match of the week. Unfortunately, we can't clutch up against Naga with bonus lift, so feels bad. But it doesn't really matter. The match would have been basically over regardless. But at least we get to meme and take out Naga. They didn't expect that one coming. Wings of Mercy decides to run Wings of Mercy over Sabotage Defense this week, and one of the few times it actually proves to be useful. Altina managing to not one-shot Mirable's, 10 out of 10. But yeah, definitely over at this point. Not entirely sure why they took this match, because they dropped 4 units, but we're not going to worry about that. Here we have this team. We got ourselves a Harmonized Leaf, Harmonized Catria, Duo Corin, Duo Peony. See how they do here. Okay, looks like they're probably setting up a smite play already from the looks of it. This defense layout is pretty garbage against people going ultra aggro. Against end turn, it's very questionable. It basically depends on if the enemy allows us to get more units into to attack during the same phase. If not, it's just pick off a few units at a time each phase, and then the match will be over, kind of deal. So here, of course, they have Kanto, so they can continue attacking here, and they're able to 2-shot Odor. Use Regan here. They decided to leave like this, which definitely is never going to end well, because of course there's Ascended Leguarn who can just go ahead and attack, so absolute overkill there, but that's all we get out of that phase. But they end up surrendering because, of course, why in the world would you even lose 1 unit to this defense when you have Dual Corn, Dual Peony, and Harmonized Leaf? That's a lot of actions already. So, And here we have someone I know from the Nimdom Discord. But, yeah, not pretty straightforward again. It's just an aggro strategy. You don't need lots of merges to win. In fact, you don't even need any merges. They just do a quick test the Bolt Trap there. That's another thing with the defense. You can just kind of test that Bolt Trap for free, and then you just know that the other Bolt Trap is real, and then you can leverage that for Wings of Mercy. And because of where Duma is positioned, you can have pretty solid segues into chaining Gale Force, Wings of Mercy, that kind of deal. So here, of course, they have Nir and Zeal for Gale Force, and then they got their Kanto, so they can use that Kanto to activate the Bolt Trap. They get tons of free damage on all the relevant units, and of course, we intentionally set it up to be possible to corner Ascended Legarn, but of course, you can also just take her out. She's not too big of a threat. Of course, activate both duo skills. Easy kill on Olivia, and they can also pick up the kill on Legarn. They choose to activate the heavy trap for the purpose of course, you kind of want to grab the ether structures, and also if you want to, you can do other things like break all the structures. But here, apparently, this person wanted to pick up a kill Raphael, probably to farm SP, Pog. So, not entirely sure why they waited that turn. They could have just done it there. Unless, I guess, Raphael couldn't pick up the kill or something. So, yep, farming SP, Pog. And here we have someone from my friends list. I didn't actually realize it when I went to my random offense match. I didn't notice that I was fighting someone on my friends list until the match ended, and I didn't see a notification of, do you want to send this person a friend request? I'm like, there wasn't a friend request option. That means that we fought friends, so I had to go look through my friends list to figure out who it was, and yeah, kind of awkward. But here, I'm not sure if they were just here to say hi, or if they just didn't realize they didn't have distant counter. So, Legarn just gets to attack for free. Not entirely sure. They could have just been here to say hi, but yeah, that's not quite right if you want advantage with someone. Kind of need to be able to counter Legarn if you can't take the counter. But here we are with another. As you've noticed, if you've been watching a lot of these anima defense replay videos, most of the strategies just involve going hyper aggro against this kind of layout. So they use dual lift here, and that combos into their dual peony's escape route. She gets the 20 chip inflicted onto her, so now she has escape route range, which is ideal for any dancer. Just to be, if you can teleport to literally any unit on your team, that is most ideal. Wings of Mercy is just a more common option because it's hard to set up your dancers to be below 50% HP consistently. But at this point, they just have all the chip damage in the world. So, and of course, there's dual lifts, duo skill for all the damage all day long. And so, it's already GG at this point. Just a simple go ultra aggro kind of deal. Our trap placement's very poor intentionally. We should we could change it, but honestly, optimized trap placement is not going to make this defense much better anyways, because there's just too many fundamental problems with the defense. But yeah, at this point, it's just game over. The intentional corner Legarn thing is not going to help us out here. Of course, they could have just left one of the dancers alive and just have a unit tank them. Not too big of a deal. Which is kind of why I figured it was just worth having it as a meme option for people to corner Legarn. But here we go again with Yuri shenanigans, more aggro shenanigans, who would have thought. Unfortunately, their safety fence is going to get sniped down by catapults. But they're just still going to go in here because why the heck not? Take out Duma easily, of course, and then they can leave. It looks like they're deciding to go ultra aggro and picking up another kill on Brave Erica. And they're going to continue their aggression by taking out Odor. Okay. Problem is Dual Peony is not quite in a great spot here. She can't really dance Dual Lin without having to use her dual skill like that. With foul play. So Dual Lin is just in range of Lif, and Lif has his guaranteed follow-up attack because he's within 3 spaces of Olivia. So that is just a kill. So not very well executed there. Olivia unable to one-shot Duo Peony, that's pretty standard. And Mirabilis is just out of range to dance anyone. So it's just going to be cleanup crew from at this point. But yeah, something I didn't specifically mention in the Summoner Duels video was that another reason why Yuri is so solid in those save team strategies is because he can screw over the pulse tie stuff, because he has times pulse to constantly accelerate a base 2 special like Glimmer. Because he has Honorable Blade, he gets the base -1 cooldown, so it's only 1 cooldown. So if times pulse, he always adds it up at the start of the turn, so that definitely screws over my pulse tie strategy against those kind of save teams. Like, honestly, Ascended Fiorm is kind of the least of my worries in terms of far save units. The more worrisome units are like Brave Hector with Hardy Fighter Aegis. We really need even pulse tie to go off for that, and also rip their safety fence. I don't know if I showed structures. Probably did, and wasn't paying attention. Here they decide again to go aggro, take out Brave Erica, who could be a big threat to the near save of Gustav. And they also take out Odor. I guess it's just to extend their range for the save actions to actually happen. So Leguarn is going to do a bit of damage here, but the problem is, the number one problem with Leguarn is she has no way of accelerating specials at base, kind of like Brave Erica, against stuff like Special Fighter. If she had that going for her, she'd be absolutely insane against Brave Hectors that can't one-shot on the counter. Because then you could run something like Luna, because of course Ascended Leguarn has the base -1 cooldown acceleration, so you could proc Luna and get a ton of damage out of that. And Leguarn's attack stat can get pretty high. Like even at +0, as long as you have an attack boon either by IV or by Ascended Asset, you can get close to 100 attack maxed out on when her weapon's maxed out on effects. So that's cool, but you know, it kind of doesn't matter because there's units that will debuff your attack and they'll have like 70 defense or something, or even more than that. So your 100 attack still isn't enough. I'm not entirely sure why it's going, the replay video is going so fast this week. Maybe they're just shorter because so many people are going to aggro. I'm not entirely sure. Dragback's kind of interesting. I kind of like that. But looks like they're gonna utilize their safety fence. Atria for Kanto is super solid, especially in In summoner duels, she was definitely quite annoying right now, especially because it's fire season. So she can get extra pair-up stats, and of course she can buff allies with her legendary blessing effect, even if they don't have the corresponding fire blessing because of how the mode works. That was kind of an interesting decision, but I guess the whole point of that is just to make it more accessible. Because again, at the end of the day, Summoner Duels is kind of on the more casual side. There isn't like a leaderboard for, like, for actual rewards. It's just flex value on the leaderboards for favor and wins and all that kind of stuff. But here, Thor is low on HP, and so she's just going to get taken out by Mirabilis. And well, Olivia, of course, is not going to be doubling Regan any time of the week. So yeah, I don't think so either. Good amount of damage from Regan there. But Lif is on the way. But they lost Thor, so that's probably why they surrendered. Although, of course, Lif is a non-negligible threat here. Currently with his, 46 res and... what is that, 54 defense right now, with 1 unit alive for attack defense form. Or 1 unit in range for attack defense form. And of course he has deadly balance. But there's no penalties on him. But his HP is above 50%, so that's cool. And with that, that is our replays this week. I don't expect to get any more. So, yep, just the 1 minus 30. So we end out the season pretty well. Just shy of 21,200. We could have made it if we didn't goof that one match. Was baiting Saros with Racing only to get him 2-shot by Henriette. Yeah, that wasn't a very smart play. But probably going to be top 1k, I would imagine. If it's not top 1k, that's a pretty ridiculous cutoff for, oh, that's Summoner Duels. We're up to 600 now. I'm trying to just do 100 a day. Already checked out Resonant Battles and Allegiance Battles. Of course, we have no actual plus 10 pair-up Wind or Fire Legendary Heroes. So we are definitely getting to that point where we might not be able to stay in top 1k permanently for Allegiance Battles unless we get ourselves a highly merged Wind or Fire Legendary Hero. Not sure still which season we're going for, if we're going to go for Wind or Fire. I'm still leaning more towards Wind, but Legendary Corn is definitely kind of like, yeah. Also in Arena here, we're probably not making it back up to tier 21 if we don't do another run. This is a run I did with Ascended Legyarn, and she doesn't score a lot because she doesn't have any arena duel effect or something. So I have already built up a Kaze, and this team scores better, so we can find 750s to get a better score more easily. The matchmaker just keeps trolling us. But yeah, I don't think we're going to be refining Kaze's needle. It's an okay refine, not the greatest in the world. I don't think it's worth it. He can definitely get kills by with some support or whatnot. He also has Poison Strike, so what could possibly go wrong, am I right? But Arena Assault, somehow we're maintaining top 1k here. We got a bit lucky with the matchmaker giving us some high scoring matches during our run, so we might make top 1k. But in the meantime, we'll have to see. Gotta do Arena again though, so we'll be back when the results drop in. Alright, they should be out by now. And there we go, 689. Feels bad. Should have been like 678. But it's another top 1k in the books. Even though we're not really trying any ether raids. This week, I think we're just going to suffer. Period. Not entirely sure what we want to do for defense. Do we want to try using Fjorm to hit end turn on everything again? or are we just gonna go with Nino and derp around? Not sure. On defense, it is Earth season, so we're probably just gonna keep Legendary Julia in and call it a day. We might even just keep the same layout. I've already put in the bonus structure, so we might just stick with this. It is scoring minus 51 though, because we don't have the bonus mythic on defense, which is kind of a problem. But we'll worry about that when we get there. Resonant Battles, back to interval 19. Arena, last time I checked it was like 30 minutes in, or 30 minutes before the end of the season. We should be going back up, and we are. I only scored 2 more points with this team, I just did the bare minimum. Good enough. Not sure if our previous score was staying or not. 889, not 888, 0 out of 10. But somehow we do manage to claw top 1k, so we'll take it. There's just a little bit of extra rewards, and we're definitely hanging in for our life in allegiance battles. It's only a matter of time before we get kicked out of top 1k when it's not earth or water season. So that's pretty sure that's going to be it. So that's going to be it for this episode. Thanks for watching. As always, this is Ether Dragon, and hope to see you all next time. Bye.